you was there. I'm just going down to the potting bench to make it tidy for the showing or the viewing of the video. It's a real mess at the moment. I've got to take this chain off. Okay, Paul's going to help me and take the big pot down because it's too heavy for me to carry. We're going to revamp the pot. Okay, well, here's an old summer pot that really needs to be transformed. I don't think I'll be able to use many of the plants because they've all grown into each other, so it's a bit tricky, but this is the lemon verbena, which is still smelling. Oh, it's citrus smell, it's beautiful. Anyway, and then you've got salvia. That smells, because salvia is a sage plant. Oh, it's lovely as well. Nice, it's really nice. And then I'll rescue this, I think. This is the Viola hederaceae, which is a Australian violet. It's not really hardy in this country, but in London it seems to survive. That's on its last legs. This is not a hardy fuchsia, so that will go in the bin, I'm afraid. And this will go in the bin. That's just an annual, that's Biden's. It's really prolific. It's really grown well. This is Gaura, which is a hardy perennial, but I'll rescue that. But it'll take me a while to cut these plants out because they've all grown into each other. Well, I think I'll tip it. I might just go and get something to grab it out. Oh look, there's a trowel here. Oh, there's a fork, that'll do. I don't want to damage the pot. The pot's quite old. We've had it many years. You can't buy these pots anymore. If I crack the pot, I'll get killed. Little strawberry plant that I'll put in there. Ballerina. Scabula, that's fan-shaped flowers, half a flower. It's called a scabula or scabiola. Very unusual. I'm going to try and save this Australian violet. You have to be a little bit brutal. It'll survive because it's a matted growth that spreads along the top of the pot, so that should survive, I reckon. You could almost say to your wife, this is for you, a nice bunch of flowers. You know, most likely get it wrapped around my neck. I've got a feeling I could save this Muhlenbecker, which is an evergreen plant in London, another evergreen plant in London. It's a nice traily plant, will grow in the shade.
Very pretty.
Grow in the sun as well. Look, there's a snail. Lots of those this year. Right. Get straight through my fingers. Have to be a little bit violent sometimes. Where's my Muhlenbecker? There she is. So that's quite a nice pretty little plant. And everything else will go in the bin, I'm afraid. Don't need any of this. Shame, but it served its purpose. It lasted 6 months. I'll put that on the compost heap later to break down. Pink strawberry. Right, let's get this trolley for oh, what was that? I'll get this trolley and get these plants for the pot. So there we go. I'll just go through these. I picked out a Hellebore. They're the most popular winter flowering shrub, perennial more than a shrub. White flowers all the way through the winter until about March, April. Evergreen leaves, tough as old boots, sun or shade. You have to keep it watered, obviously. Then there's a different Euonymus here with a cream and white flower. This one's new on the market and it's grown under license, hence $4.95 for the small pots, but it'll stay that colour all the way through the winter. A different type of Hellebore. This is Orientalis, Hellebore Orientalis, with this lovely little face and dots all over it, very pretty, and it's got the little name there, Orientalis. That's that'll flower all the way through the winter in London, so that's pretty good. Skimmia, this one's Rubella with the pink tops, just like the small one I picked out earlier. But I can't see it now.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, there it is, there it is. It's down here. So I've got two sizes, a small one and a big one. Both the same, just different colours, that's all. Same habit, quite easy. Another Skimmia. I wasn't sure if I wanted that one or the white one. It's white in bud. When it opens in March, white in flower again. Exactly the same. I might even use them all. This is interesting. This is Sarcococca. This one's Confusa. It's got a shiny green leaf, generally. Very slow growing, grows about that much a year, about a centimetre or so, maybe a little bit more. It's starting to bud up for flowering. Flowers around about November to about February. tiny, tiny little white flowers, a bit sweetly scented, just like jasmine. Very strong, very heavenly. You'll notice it. That's a nice little evergreen. The Dahliensis again. This is Erica Dahliensis, winter hardy. Flowers soon, around about November onwards, up until about May. Evergreen. Yeah, ever so easy, ever so easy. Oh, there's another Skimmia. Not sure about that one. This is nice. This is a Juga. This is a low growing plant. If you put it near the edge of a pot, it would topple over with time. It's quite nice. This is purple. It's quite nice. I quite like this. It's got a scalloped edge, and it's evergreen. That's nice. And in the spring, has a little blue flower. Around about April. It's quite nice. Here comes the Muhlenbeckia. I'm going to use a new one instead of that old one over there. Very bushy, very green, flops all over the place. Really nice plant. This one's a heuchera or heuchera, however you want to spell it and say it. This has got a lovely red leaf, and with a bit of luck it will keep its colour through the winter, but that's not guaranteed. And this one I like. This is pretty. Lamium, very nice. Got a silvery leaf, low growing, does a little bit of flopping. Lovely flower, pretty little thing. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. Very useful plant. And then
Supports pollinators as
this
well,
one is a
doesn't it?
lavender. I don't normally put lavender in with other plants because it doesn't like too much water. But I think I'll take a chance because it is a lovely leaf, sweetly scented, and flowers next year in the summertime. That's quite nice. And the last one is Viburnum tinus, which winter flowering shrub, very nice. And there might be some over here I haven't put in. Not too sure if I'm going to use this. This is Solanum, or the winter cherry. You can't eat it, so don't get too excited. Little green berries, and they will turn red, orange and red all the way through the winter. Very, very attractive, and it will keep its leaves in London. Outside of London, it will drop its leaves. I thought I might put a rosemary in, hardy evergreen, just for the shape. It's got a lovely shape and aesthetically pleasing, and I think it will blend in well without the slug. They're everywhere this year. I might put primrose in, small primrose, just for a little bit of colour. I'm not sure about that one. I might put the sage in, which is an evergreen. That's always nice. It's got a little bit of purple on the top, on the young leaves. Very pretty. I might even put the bay tree in, because that's an evergreen, winter hardy type shrub. Very slow growing. And here comes another Euonymus with the micro leaves. Same family as the other one, Euonymus, but this has got a different flower, much cheaper, that one. And last of all, the Gaultheria. That's pretty, I like that. So that's what I hope to get in the pot, but looking at the amount I've got and the size of the pot, maybe not. I'll have to work out what I can do. So give it a good brush out. You can see it's quite clean, there's no mould or anything. This one's made by Willow Pottery, because it says so down there. Made in Bath. Can you see that? Willow Pottery, famous pottery down in Bath, all hand thrown. But there's a very nice pottery to visit. So that's clean. I just need to run up to the top and find some drainage clay, because there's none down here.
We'll wait here. See you in a sec.
Okay, here we are. I managed to find a huge piece. Now, unlike the plastic pots, which have many holes. This one's only got one hole. So to retain the drainage, you need to put lots of crocks in the bottom. So I'm going to put this one halfway across the hole like so at the bottom, and then build up with the other little pieces just to hide the hole. Alright, that's all we've got. And then put that there, so that's in place. And to stop it moving, I'll put some leaker in, which will aid the drainage. Stops the soil from compacting down on the large hole, making a mess. And then in the long run, you'll get a time when it will block up and kill the plant. Not a lot of soil, just enough to cover the pebbles, about a couple of inches or so. Can't put too much soil in because of the big pots we're going to put in. So I think I might just go with the viburnum titus as a feature. So that one's going to go in like so. It's going to look quite nice. And because the pot's flared, it's much easier to place plants in there because it's not restricting. If I do a pot that's straight up, it's very difficult to put in something and make it like a mound. Because it's flared, it's easy. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to pop this in. That's about level with the top of the pot. Push it down a little bit. So that's quite nice. I like that colour. It's great.
Very pretty.
It's really nice. Okay, Sarcophylla next, because it's another big pot. Might knock a bit of soil off this one. Put that in over there. Take this off. Everything now has to have a plant passport. It makes no difference if it's grown in this country or from abroad. It needs a passport. It means it's checked for disease or insects or anything by DEFRA. DEFRA is the body that looks after all of the disease-free and all that sort of stuff. Let's get this one, because we've got a bit of red. I won't use the red one, I'll just use the white one. I quite like this colour. And the leaf is different to the other one, to the red one. See how tight that is? That needs to be broken up so the roots can grow properly into the soil. Otherwise it'll just sit in there doing nothing. So that needs, it won't harm the plant. That's pretty good, that. Looks nice. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use these, and I definitely want to use this because it will give lots of colour. Even though it's white, it is just Hellebore niger, which is the old-fashioned variety. That fit in just there on top of that plant. And this one will fit in on the other side. I think I'll shove him around here. No, around this side. Put him there a second. Let's get this one in. See how big and thick that is? There you go. Well, I've opened that up a bit. Push you in there. Push you in. It's lovely.
Very
It's getting further and further over this side. As I'm pushing in, I'm like, that's going in easy. Right, okay. I'm going to go with the Erica Daliensis. See how that's taking form all of a sudden? You've got the peak in the middle coming down. It's really good. I love this. It's a great colour, nice size. This is the heuchera. Its name is Melting Fire. Some of them have names, not all of them. Well, they've all got a name. you know, they don't always come in with the name on. I'll shove him around the other side. See, what's happening is, because the plant's quite tall, I didn't want it up here, so I put it quite deep, which is okay. And on top, I should get some soil down there in the crevices. I was going to put bulbs in, but I thought, no, maybe not. And that can sort of just sit on there like so. So he's sitting on top of the plant that way.
Very pretty.
That way you can get a lot more in.
And clever.
And because we look after the plants all the time, it will survive because I water them every day near enough. Right, same again. Oops. This is Muhlenbeck here. Lovely green. That'll flop down the side over the years. Over the years, if it was left in there, of course. Something small there. I might tuck in this primrose. I'm not using pansies in here because they get messy. Deadheading all the time. We've got to deadhead them all the time. rosemary in. Not sure about this one. Oh, I wanted to get that one in. This is
good
the
choice.
Hellebore orientalis. Let's see if there's any room around there. There's not, is there? No. Right. I think I can get the rosemary in there and the hellebore just tucked in there. So what I'll do, take this off, take off some of this excess soil we don't need. It's quite a toughie. A bit more. Yeah, well, you have to force them in. They don't want to go in there. Might get another two things in. Right, pretty little Hellebore orientalis. There we go. Tap all the roots. Oh, it's not going to go in. A bit more room.
You can make it go in.
I can make it go in. You know, I can cut the video, get a chainsaw in there. Oh look, it's fitted in nicely. down there. You know what I mean? Delicious, even though it's freezing cold. Right, so that's all for now. I hope you do join us and see the video on Instagram, also on YouTube as well. We'll be doing many more of these videos over the coming months. So it's bye-bye for now from Rassell's of Kensington. Still cold?